Alright, I ain't never been Mr. I told you so. So with the news of the Chicago ICE raids, I'm still not gonna be that. But from now on, I need y'all to understand, if you are a black African American, if you are just brown or a POC, you are now immediately a target for ICE raids. In case you ain't know, them folks done ran up into an apartment complex in the middle of Chicago, and regardless of how them folks spoke, regardless of where they said they was from, regardless of how they appeared, they got thrown into a van and sent in for questioning. Some folks didn't get out until 3 a.m. and that's for the older elderly women. That means that is an illegal search. That is an illegal arrest, going into your property, search and seizure, and then sending you in for questioning. And if you had a warrant out for your arrest, you're not getting sent back. That is not normal. That is not okay. That is civilly unrest. So with that news now being understood, all the people in Illinois, I'm sure you know by now, but the governor informed everyone to record everything, to narrate everything, to look at badge, and to look out for a badge number and document that too. So for all my African Americans, I need y'all to understand, if them folks come up to you for questioning and they do not give you a badge or a badge number, you do not have to comply. I'm gonna say that again. I'm not telling you what to do, but this is something we've seen in our history. They already sent in national troops to Memphis, so it's quite clear that they are now attempting to police us in very illegal measures. They already got spyware going on and all that. But what's really more important right now for you to understand, there are plenty of resources online, and you need to go into that, look at it, and figure out what to do whenever you are potentially questioned by ICE. Also, what's necessary is if you are someone in a city that you're unfamiliar to, you don't got family there, you don't got anything of the sort, there are plenty of organizations there that are based on immigration advocacy, that are based on African American solidarity, that are based on just being a POC, or regardless of what you identify as. Go to that and make that your community. It's time that all of us, we need to be more caring and more cognizant of each other's existence. Watch out for the next man's back, watch out for the next neighbor's back, and just be a little bit more understanding of everyone around you. Get to know your neighbor if you don't. Get to know their name. You know what I'm saying? It's time that you actively do a little bit more to be paying attention of the safety of your neighborhood. Because right now, what Trump's doing is targeting any major city that is potentially outspoken, and any major city that got black people. And you need to be cognizant of that. Do as much research as you can so you know what to do in case you get questioned. And please, 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 once again, if you see your neighbor potentially at risk, find some people that don't look like ICE agents, but potentially could be a dupe. Make sure it is known that you are there bearing witness, and let that next person know, if they aren't identifying themselves, that they don't have to comply. Just make sure you are safe. It's a lot of grifters out there, it's a lot of bounty hunters, and it's a lot of people out there getting ready to take advantage of the situation. And I'm not trying to fearmonger, but just inform. The illegal arrests and the search and seizures and the lack of warrants going on, that ain't gonna be sustainable. But right now, remaining informed is the best thing you can do, major city or not.
I am super excited to go shopping for some new fall clothes. I saw that UGG has like some really cute shoes out right now, and I am super excited. I think that they would look better with like some baggy jeans, you know, like the kind that like Taylor Swift and Cardi B wear, and then like maybe a cute little crop top, a crop, you know, sweater or something. But then I also like those long, cozy knit sweaters from like maybe Shein, the kind that have like multiple colors on them. You can pair those with anywhere, and a pair of baggy jeans and some Uggs, or maybe like your Nikes. I saw Meg the Stallion wearing an outfit like that the other day, and it was just super cute. I'm like, oh my god, she is so ready for fall. Because, you know, I have fall boots and stuff, but it's time for a refresh. It's time to look for something more trendy, you know, just get with the times. I need to update my wardrobe. So I'm gonna hit up Old Navy, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, maybe Macy's, see what I can find, because, you know, it's getting cold out here in these streets.
ICE is now going after and detaining all black people in Chicago, including black Americans, regardless of your citizenship status and regardless if you are native to this country.
Lives in this building, and she says she was detained by ICE agents overnight, and she says they took everyone and then asked questions later.
They just treated us like we were nothing.
Patricia Fisher says she came out to the hallway of her apartment complex on the corner of 75th and South Shore Drive in her nightgown around 10 Monday night, only to find ICE agents yelling police.
It was scary because I've never had a gun put in my face. They asked my name and my date of birth and asked me did I have any warrants, and I told them no, I didn't.
She says she was then handcuffed and released around 3 a.m. Fisher says she was told if anyone had any kind of warrant out for them, even if it was unrelated to immigration, they would not be released. Cincinnati video shows the chaotic scene overnight. Neighbors tell us there were dozens of ICE agents. Neighbors like Ebony Watson says they ducked for cover as they heard several flashbangs go off.
They was terrified. The kids was crying. People was screaming. They looked very distraught. I was out there crying when I seen the little girl come around the corner. Because they was bringing the kids out too. Had them zip tied to each other. That's all.
It appears that ICE agents have been targeting black neighborhoods and specifically apartment complexes where they know majority of the population of those buildings are black Americans who are native to America, ergo American citizens. This was a threat that was told to us by Kamala Harris and many people, that he would send troops after citizens and that he definitely would do his darndest to go after Latinos first, Asians second, and then us. Stay vigilant, stay safe, because who knows what's going to happen. The Governor Prichter is fighting against Trump now, pushing back on Trump sending in the army and the military, which he's still planning to do. But ICE agents have ramped up their efforts in Chicago over the last couple of days because of this, including now black people.
Shalom, welcome to another video, and as always, before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Racharash, and next double honors to the head apostles / elder bishops of the Great Millstone who teach and who rule well. Peace, blessings, and safety to all you sincere Akim. Keep pushing, keep believing, and keep the faith, regardless of whether people hear or whether they forbear. All right, so what you saw in this introduction, okay, is a compilation of TikTok videos that I put together where you see, okay, Jake is on TikTok, giving warning that in Chicago, okay, that ICE is now grabbing up, okay, so-called black people. All right, and in the video, they seem to be surprised at that, okay, which if they listened to the prophets, they would not be surprised, because before all this even kicked off, and we had told you that this is not about the immigrants or any of that kind of stuff. This is about Jake versus E. Okay, so they're coming down on all of the Israelites. All right, and the times that we're coming into, okay, they're getting ready to find out the reason why this knowledge, wisdom, understanding is so important. Okay, so pretty much that's the topic that I'm going to be diving into. All right, Yahweh Rechazah, the Heavenly Father's will is edifying to the elect. All right, I'm going to start off here in Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 25. All right, it says, destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. Okay, and that's the times that we're coming into. All right, destruction is coming. Once Jacob's trouble really takes full effect, it's only gas from there. There's no peace that's coming behind that. Okay, it's only going to be full throttle from there. All right, it says, verse 26, mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor, and then shall they seek a vision of the prophet, but the law shall perish from the priest and counsel from the ancients. So what does this tell you? This tells you that once all hell breaks loose, they're going to find out the reason why this knowledge, wisdom, understanding is so important. Hence the title of this video. Okay, right now, they've been mocking, they've been scoffing for years. Okay, why are you guys reading that Bible? What is that going to do? But when all these things pop off, they're going to remember, those guys that were on the streets, those are the prophets of doom, the same ones that you were making fun of. And then you're going to want to know, okay, well, what do we do? How do we escape this? All right, then you're going to want to know, you're going to want the knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Okay, you're going to want a vision from the prophet. What's going on? What's happening next? All right. But it says, but the law shall perish from the priest and the counsel from the ancients. The king shall mourn, and the prince shall be clothed with desolation. The kings and princes of our people, I represent, the people that you would hold in high esteem. Whether that be the community leaders, rappers, gangsters, anybody that is, and I'm saying this kind of being funny, but that's the people that Jake holds in a high esteem. They look at us like we're bums, like we're nothing. All right, but little do they know that we're the ones who have the knowledge, the only ones that have the knowledge that's going to be able to keep you stable in the times that we're coming into. Okay, so once again, the king shall mourn, and the prince shall be clothed with desolation, and the hands of the people of the land shall be troubled. And I will do unto them after their way, and according to the deserts will I judge them, and they shall know that I am Yahweh. So this is going to be the time when the Heavenly Father is going to give to our people, all right, what their actions deserve. Okay, all those years of mocking, all those years of scoffing, all right, making fun of the prophets, ignoring the word. Okay, they're getting ready to see that the God of the Bible is real. He's going to make a believer out of everyone. All right, let's go to the next set of precepts that I got. Okay, the book of Sirach, chapter 9 and verse 13. Okay, with the times that we're coming into, once again, this knowledge, wisdom, understanding is going to be, it has been the most important thing on this earth. Okay, and us of the hopeful elect, we already know, according to the scriptures, never to trust our enemy. We know that we're sheep in the midst of wolves. So we've been, building up that rapport with Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, because we understand that the only way to escape what's coming is through Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 9 and verse 13. It says, keep thee far from the man that hath power to kill, so shalt thou not doubt the fear of death. And if thou come unto him and make no fault, lest he take away thy life presently. This is talking about E. Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, and that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city. So Jake, like you saw in these videos, they're acting surprised, like they didn't know that they're in the midst of war. Okay, they didn't know that E is their enemy and that he wants to take them out. Okay, and that's going to be a lot of the reason why people get destroyed, because they're still under that a delusion to where, we're all one people, we all just got to love each other. All right, and while they're doing that, while they're thinking, their whole mindset is all about trying to join hands with the wicked and save them from the judgment the Heavenly Father has put upon them. All right, those same people are getting ready to try to delete them in mass numbers, man. Okay, and when this time comes, they're going to be in full-on confusion mode. Okay, it tells you that in 2nd Ezra. All right, that people that great confusion will multiply in the land. All right, let's go ahead and get that right quick. I believe that's 2nd Ezra, the 5th chapter. All right, so these people, they have no clue what's getting ready to happen. Okay, let me see, where is that at? I think actually it might be 2nd Ezra 14. Let me just search it up. All right, they have no clue what's getting ready to happen. But those of you of the hopeful elect, here we go. All right, are completely aware. This is 2nd Ezra 16 and 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon earth, and they shall think themselves to be in good case. That's the times that we've been in, all right, and that's the times that are coming to an end. Okay, you see, okay, everything is rising, hyperinflation. Okay, and that has caused before that time though, where everything was in abundance, it seemed to be, that has put people in a state of ease here in Babylon the Great. It says, even then shall evils grow upon the earth, the sword, famine, and great confusion. So, okay, evils are multiplying rapidly, and it's going to lead to a state of confusion, because people that do not have this truth, this knowledge, wisdom, understanding, they're not going to know what the hell is going on. All right, they're going to be wondering why are all these things happening? Why is God allowing these things to happen? All right, how are we supposed to escape? Like I said, most of our people, they don't even know that they have enemies. Okay, they don't even know, that, like I said, they're still thinking that the wicked is their friend. Okay, so they're going to be caught up in these different traps and snares that are set. All right, and they're going to, when they're somewhere, in a concentration camp, all right, or, they're in that line to take that RFID microchip. Okay, they're going to be remembering our words, and they're going to come to the conclusion, dang, man, we messed up. All right, and it's why? Because they didn't have the knowledge, wisdom, understanding of the scriptures. Okay, and that's what's going to keep us stable. People are going to be in a great state of confusion. All right, but for the elect, this is Isaiah 33 and 6. Heavenly Father's will be part of that number. It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. Okay, the wisdom and knowledge shall be your stability in that time. When everybody else is in a state of confusion, okay, you're not going to be in perplexity. Okay, you're going to be in good case. All right, because you've been built up for these things. You've been preparing for the battle of the day of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You already know he is your enemy. You know never to trust your enemy. You know that he's getting ready to prepare. He's preparing a sword for our people. You know that he's getting ready to come down with that NWO, bringing in the RFID microchip. You know these things. All right. Okay. You know not to trust, Babylon the Great. You know that all bets are off the table. You know he's getting ready to come down with great wrath. You got our people still thinking that they got rights. All right. Still thinking that, that these men are getting ready to play fair. Okay. You're about to be caught completely off guard. Once again, in wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. And going into that fear of the Most High, all right, tells you Psalms 34:7 that, the angels encamp around them that fear him and deliver them out of all their troubles. Okay, a lot of people, they don't fear the Most High, so they're not going to be protected. All right, they don't have those guardian angels that the elect is going to have. Okay, let's also get Proverbs 11:9. All right, and this, I'll wrap this up pretty quick. It says, "An hypocrite with his mouth destroyeth his neighbor," but here's the point. "But through knowledge shall the just be delivered." See that? Through the knowledge shall the just be delivered. Okay, so that's how they're going to escape. Okay, through the knowledge, wisdom, understanding of the scriptures. Okay, the word, as it says in 2 Timothy 3, I believe verses 14 and 15. Okay, that this wisdom is able to make you wise unto salvation. All right, because you're going to be aware of what's going on around you, and you're going to know not to fall into these traps. And then, even then, the angels will be guiding those that fear the Most High. Okay, we'll go ahead and get Proverbs chapter 2, and I'm going to start at verse 6. It says, "For Yahweh giveth wisdom, and out of his mouth cometh knowledge and understanding. He layeth up sound wisdom for the righteous, and he is a buckler to them that walk uprightly." A buckler is like a shield. All right, it says, "He keepeth the paths of judgment and preserveth the way of his saints." So he's going to preserve his saints. Okay, to preserve means to keep away from danger, from destruction. All right, it says, "Then shalt thou understand righteousness and judgment and equity, yea, every good path. When wisdom entereth into thine heart, and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul, discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee." From what? "To deliver thee from the way of the evil man, from the man that speaketh froward things." That's what we're looking for. Deliverance from the evil man. Well, it starts with wisdom. Okay, once again, discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee, to deliver thee from the way of the evil man, from the man that speaketh froward things, who leaves the paths of uprightness to walk in the ways of darkness, who rejoice to do evil, and delight in the frowardness of the wicked, whose ways are crooked, and they froward in their paths. Okay, so this wisdom is what is going to keep you stable, okay, in the times to come, deliver you from the evil man. All right, and we'll go ahead and get the last precept, and that'll be it. All right, the book of Sirach, chapter 23 and verse 27, I believe it is. Yep, here it is. All right, it says, "And they that remain," okay, the elect, the remnant, as that word remnant literally means, okay, the remaining ones. "And they that remain shall know that there is nothing better than the fear of Yahweh, and that there is nothing sweeter than to take heed unto the commandments of Yahweh." All right, so, okay, they that remain, the elect, is going to know exactly what got them through. And the rest of the people, okay, while they're getting destroyed, they're going to come to that conclusion that we should have listened. Once again, Jacob is about to find out why this knowledge, wisdom, understanding is so important. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end it there. Heavenly Father's will, it was edifying. That being said, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and his only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachwadash. And until next time, Shalom, and abide b'bul.